All right, Panther fans. So now what? We weren't going to win every single game. We weren't going to win every single game. Now, of course, um, we started off like he was going to win. The first period, we were just apoplectic all over them, but you kind of knew when we only got that one behind the net. Stu, you were texting me, and we both saw that coming. The turnaround.
Yep. Well, I think one of the first things I texted you was that Knight looked shaky. It was like one of the first things I said. He looked shaky,
Right.
especially, you know, his play behind the net. If he's got a stick handle a puck, and you made the comment that St. Louis is, purposely doing that, so he has to play the puck. And, obviously, the game ender is an indication of just how much work he needs to do improving that part of the game, which we kind of sort of take for granted. The goalie's making saves is the important thing, and their
Right.
angle play and side to side and all that. But handling the puck behind the net and communicating with your defenseman, and we'll save the ending for the ending.
Right.
But I thought the team played one of their best first periods. In fact, I told you, putting aside that 4-0, Carolina, and there was, the next game they did it too. But putting those games aside, couldn't have asked for a better first period. And
Right.
and of course, the minute I opened my mouth, right?
Yeah.
It's like, what did I say? You and I have to watch each other's mouths, because
It's
the
funny.
minute we say something, the opposite happens.
That's me. You didn't want to believe me early on in the year, but I'm
But,
telling you, it's this channel. If I start praising something, the opposite will happen. If I start bitching about something, there's a couple of guys that are immune to that. So I'll take responsibility for Owen Tippett's poor play. It's all the praise.
It's just the goalie was terrific.
Yeah.
We could have been up, 3-0, 4-0. Again, 20 shots. We
Yeah.
had 20 shots in the first period. They had 5.
Yeah. It's up.
Right. We had 30 attempted shots. They had 6. We ended up the game with 40 shots. That means for the last 2 periods, we only got 20 shots off.
Right. Yeah, that's not
So
good enough.
obviously the game changed, and the St. Louis goals I could see a mile away.
Right.
Not getting the puck out of the zone quickly, which is what we normally do. As soon as that puck, goes around a couple of times and stays in the zone,
Yeah, it's usually not good.
what's the one word text I send you starting with a T?
Man, I don't remember much from last night, how sick I was. But
Trouble.
yeah. Yeah.
So, I pretty much saw every goal coming. Ekblad lost the guy.
Like just watching the puck, just watching the puck. Yeah.
I just don't understand how we could go from playing like a house on fire to play. I mean, the whole game changed.
Well, I think we've come back so much, and I mean, we did it last night too. I think we're so used to we can turn it on whenever we want. You've seen them do it. That I think, I don't want to use the word cocky, but it's just like they're just like, well, what? How many goals we need? We need 2. All right, let's go. Let's play. It's very, very Jekyll and Hyde inside of each game now. It's not.
It's like they turn on the afterburners.
Yeah.
And it's just they just come in waves. St. Louis didn't know what to do with themselves in that first period. And they got really lucky that they escaped with one goal.
With the one, yeah. No,
and Barkov, man, I mean that he made that goal look so easy.
I know.
That's it sucks, because we really should have won that game. I mean, you can't go 0 for 5 on the power plays.
Right.
That pretty much cost us the game. And of course, we gave up one, and I think we gave up one right after the penalty ended.
Yeah.
We killed the penalty off.
Yeah,
and
it was like
10
a second.
seconds later they scored.
Yeah. That was the tip. That was the Tippett penalty.
I like the new look. I like the new look of the, or I should say the old look of the power play, moving Ekblad in the spot that he should be in.
Right.
and Barkov running. I'm going to make this prediction right now. One of these games, we're going to get burned on that back pass.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Barkov wasn't even looking behind him
No, I know.
last night.
I know.
Okay, we're going to get burned. Somebody's going to intercept the pass and go in and score in a breakaway. It's coming. You mark my words.
Yep.
That back pass, and every team does it. I don't know. They think that, the guy coming up's got momentum. They should handle it like you would a normal rush.
Right.
Get it in the zone and then set it up. I mean, St. Louis's power play was, you could see how good their power play is. I think they're number one in the league.
Yeah, that's what they said.
They just move it around.
Yeah.
They move it around real good.
No, our spacing on the power play just seems to be more spread out than a lot of other teams, like especially Tampa. Their spacing, Kucherov or Stamkos will be kind of almost in the middle of the circle, or closer to, the end, closer to the goal, where it seems like our guys at the circles are like right at the edge of the circle. And it's making those passes just a little bit slower. And we saw a lot last night on the power play where the pass is coming to one of those guys in that shooter position, and they're not taking the shot. They're stopping it and then double clutching and deciding whether they're going to shoot, which most of the time they're not, and then they're passing it back somewhere else. The whole point of it, guys, is that if you're setting up for one-timers, it's called a one-timer for a reason, and we're not doing it. We keep stopping the puck, waiting for that perfect shot. And then, we start panicking as we see the power play starts to wind down. Then all of a sudden we just start taking the shots that we should have been taking earlier.
Well, there's two problems that I see. Number one, like you said, we're not moving it around quick enough. We're looking for the perfect opportunity.
Right.
And we're very predictable.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very predictable what we're doing out there and who we're going to. And obviously, the defense is cheating. They kind of know we're setting up Ekblad for that one-timer.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing that Tampa does. And that's why the guy in the middle, if you cheat towards somebody else, point is wide open in the middle. And I don't know. We used to do that with Dadnoff. We saw that. And then who did I see in the middle there? You got Hornquist in front of the net. And it would just, whatever they're doing is just not clicking. It's bad not clicking. I mean, somebody posted a meme on Instagram I saw, and it's the Panthers when they're 5-on-5, and it's the Panther logo, and then it's the Panthers on the power play, and it's the Coyotes logo, because it's like, oh no, we got the power play again. It's like, there goes the damn momentum. It's really getting to be that way.
Yeah, we talked before that they should switch up the units with a minute left.
Right.
Okay, because you're right. Having that first unit on there for almost the full 2 minutes.
Right.
No good. And we have a great second unit.
Yeah, they never
really do.
Ice. Yeah.
We have a great second unit that should be given, more of an opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see what Bruno's doing, what he's doing.
Right,
I mean,
right.
like I said, it looked better, but that's obviously having Barkov.
For the 5 minutes he was back, and who knows what that's. Have you heard anything about Barkov? I didn't either.
No.
Yeah.
Well, from what I read from Burnett's comments after the game, it was something new.
Oh, geez.
It wasn't related to.
It wasn't related to the knee.
Wasn't related to the knee. That he tweaked something. So obviously, when they use the word tweak, that worries me, because that says groin to me.
Well, and especially if he's skating a little bit differently than he normally would, because he's protecting the knee or something. Look, this is what at this point with Barkov, sit down until about a month before the playoffs. No Olympics, no nothing. Just We can manage. We can manage. Just get healthy. Because this is, he missed the one game before. And when a guy misses one, that usually means he should have maybe missed two or three, but he comes back.
He looked great last night.
Yeah, he looked fine. I mean, you didn't notice anything any different.
Nope.
But
That's why I'm like, wondering where and when did he get hurt again?
Right. Especially that would cause him to not come back to the game, so we'll have to deal with that situation again. The puppets didn't have any answers for me last night. They weren't feeling well. So
anyway, we're down.
So anyway,
you know me with the puppets. Next, but we're running out. Sorry, we're running out of time, and it's like we're running out of time, and I really didn't think, but you can never just say the game's over because
no, I know.
Look how many
times.
I know. So of course we tie the game up.
Right.
All right. We got a great opportunity to redeem ourselves and win the game in overtime. I think we have a, probably top 3 overtime.
Right.
Trios, so to speak.
Oh yeah. I mean, we've got right.
Bennett, Huberdeau, and Ekblad.
Yep.
And I don't know what he was thinking. Or not thinking. I mean, that's a textbook wraparound play.
It's almost like he was sure, and I don't know why any goalie would ever think this. Like I said in the recap, it's got to be a complete brain fart because it's almost like he just thought for sure he was just going to just circle around wide of the net and go out by the circle and look for. I mean, I've never seen a goalie just not move like that. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. And I don't think he'll do it again. But unfortunately,
it's unfortunate that it was less than a minute into the overtime.
Yeah.
So we didn't even this kid came in. So what was there? 4 minutes left, 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, when we thought
kid, he came in. We put one or two shots on him. Shots from the point. We didn't get a chance to pepper him under pressure. How we 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots in a row.
Right.
So that's what sucks, that we didn't get a chance to win the game in overtime. It just happened so fast, but got a point.
Yeah, and what hurts about that is that when we've talked about with Knight's confidence, if you have a game when you're not great, but you still help the team get to 2 points, that helps your confidence. You know what I mean? Like last night, that does the opposite because there's just no way of saying there's no way around that. I mean, it's very rare when one player is pretty much responsible for a point, but in that instance last night, I mean, all you can do is say brain fart. I can't. He had to just think he was going and just.
That's a play you don't think. That's an automatic.
Yeah, it's an auto. Exactly.
That's an instinctual.
Yeah.
Goalie reaction. He's coming around for the wraparound.
Yeah.
Especially in overtime.
I know.
Anyway,
I feel bad for the kid because as soon as as soon as the puck's in the net, I'm sure he's thinking, what the hell was I doing? I'm sure as soon as it happened, he himself was beating himself up enough and wondering, how did I let that happen? How did I not move?
Well, you made a point about how tough it must be for him, facing 5 shots in a period and expecting to be, on. But, my counter to that is whether the goalie's facing 5 shots or, 50 shots the goalie's got to be on at all times.
Sure.
And I'm just, from the lab, we're up to about 6-7 games now. I'm seeing a completely different player. I'm seeing a player that was so confident. I mean, the kid was had a humble swagger. That's a paradox term, but he had that swagger, I'm invincible.
And
now, I'm telling you, he looked really shaky before any of the goals was scored. I just didn't like what I was seeing there.
So
Whether-
here's something
you know,
I'll bring up, and I had mentioned this before, and I just wonder. And I'm just wondering, I'm not, this is just a question, but I said during the summer, I read that article where it was Spencer Knight saying how good he thought the open competition for the starters position was going to be for him. And then first day of camp, they pretty much announced that Bob was going to get the workload. So to me, what was in Spencer's head and what was going on in reality with the organization were two different things. And I don't know if he got told it was going to be open competition and then it didn't happen. But the article's there if anybody wants to read it, NHL.com. It was over the summer. Spencer and I talked about how happy he was it was going to be open competition. And then it wasn't. So who knows if that played into it at all. I mean, the kid's 20. He's
that's the one thing I'll give him a little slack on, the fact that he's only 20
right.
and, still not fully developed, mentally, physically, whatever. I mean,
Right.
we know he's got the talent.
Oh yeah.
It's up here.
Right.
Definitely not liking what I'm seeing.
Well, no, Bobrovsky needs to stay healthy.
Bob needs to stay healthy. Absolutely. And I don't understand. I really don't understand why they didn't play Bob last night and have Knight go against Arizona. That didn't make any sense to me.
Was it still the 3 games? I guess they're sticking to the 3 games.
I'm telling you, you got to throw that out the window.
Well, I'm just guessing I'm going by what the coach.
I know, but I don't really think there's a set other than back-to-backs. I don't think there's any set rhyme or reason other than Bob's playing good. He's our number 1 goalie.
Right.
But I mean, you got St. Louis, and then you got Arizona's record.
Right.
I'm not saying they're in the toilet or excuse me, they're a bottom dweller, but the fact of the matter is St. Louis is one of the elite teams.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have him go? I mean, he just played against them Saturday.
Saturday, right? And today, yeah. So you had plenty of rest. No, I get what you're saying. I think that would have maybe been a little bit of a better play. You know what I mean? But then again, we got who got it was it Spencer and Knight? Spencer in goal when we got waxed 7-3 by the Devils. Somebody started and somebody came in and mopped up. I can't remember who it was, which way it was.
That game there was 7-3 and
right.
Burnett didn't take him out. He let him.
That's right.
Let him get shellacked. He let him get shellacked.
Yeah, that's right. That's the game. Bob was the backup but couldn't come in. Yeah, that was that. So yeah.
All right. Well, listen. We got a point out of it. We came back.
Yep.
I mean, the thing is, we've come to expect.
Yeah.
Every time we do this to win the game. Yeah. I mean, I fully expected us to win in overtime.
There was just like, could we not? I'm not feeling well. Could we just not do the shootout, please, guys? I'm like dying over here.
I mean, especially with the backup goalie who had absolutely no shots against him. From the time he came in.
Yeah, man, it's just a shame the way that ended.
All right.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
But what can you do?
So what do we got? We got Arizona.
I think we got late weird games. We got Friday and Sunday. I think we got Friday night 9:00, and then I think Sunday is 8:00, right? And who's Sunday?
Yeah. So we got Arizona.
Right.
See, now this is what pisses me off, because Bob should have went. So you had two days off. Bob should have played last night. Right. You got 2 more days off. That would have been night. And then you got 1 day off, and then you're playing Colorado. Yeah. So what do you do now? Right. You're going to put Knight in against Colorado? I don't think so.
No, Bob, you look it up. Bob last played on what? On what's
Saturday.
He played Saturday. By the time he plays Friday, he will have almost had a whole damn week off. So I'm sure he'd be good to go for both of those games. And who knows? Maybe that's what. Who knows what they're thinking? With, like you said, with the back and forth. You know what I mean? It's a tough situation because we don't have a experienced backup goaltender. So it's a little bit of a difference where like if you had like a Drieger as your backup, you're not worried about him getting in games. You know what I mean? If Bob gets 5, 8 starts in a row and Drieger gets a game, then their backup gets a game. But with Knight, he's the backup and we're trying to develop him at the same time. So there's like this pressure to look, we got to play the kid. We can't have him sit for, 10, 14 days and only get in net once. I believe that that's what it is anyway. And it's a little bit different with him. It's hard. That's why you don't see a lot of 20-year-old backup goaltenders, because it's a tough situation all the way around for the team and for the player. So
you're starting to see some chatter on Twitter about your boy.
yeah. Hey, look, Tippett. I mean,
Personally, I don't think we're trading him.
no,
unless
we're not gonna trade.
unless the deal is is like something we can't pass up on.
Right. No, look,
Like getting a Matt Dumba, who we're not going to get because Minnesota's not going to trade him. But I think for us to get, and you know what, do we really need that top 4 defenseman?
I don't know. Well,
listen, I like the guys out there now.
right.
The only thing I'd like, and someone posted it last night about splitting Ekblad and Uyghur up. That would,
Right.
That would just make me, really happy just to see one game experiment with Forsling on an Ekblad and
Right.
and Uyghur and Gudis.
Well,
But I'm liking Carlson more and more.
Right.
Montour's been. I mean, I know
Yeah.
you really weren't high on Montour when we got him,
Well,
but
he's played he's played a lot better now.
he reminds me of Uyghur and Montour. One's 52, one's 62. Sometimes I get like,
yes, the same with me too.
because their playing style is very similar.
Right. I see the
Both
two.
right-handed shots. They're both fast.
Right.
But I really think, when in regards to the power play, if that first unit ain't doing nothing, after a minute, yank them.
Right.
Let the second unit get out there. These guys are getting tired. The guys are getting tired.
Well, that's what we saw last night. We had the power play, and then we had a face off, and there was a little under a minute left. And instead of swapping units, he left the first unit out there. They lost the face off. The puck came all the way down, and then Barkov had to go get the puck. Not Barkov. Whoever was running it had to go get the puck behind the net, and then they had to change. So yeah, and then by the time the second unit gets up there, there's 30 seconds left, and they're trying to enter the zone.
You can't get any momentum with 30 seconds left.
No. But
listen,
saying,
we're not the coach. I mean, we can sit here and analyze and make our suggestions and whatnot. I don't think Burnett's like watching our video and saying, "Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I got to take, Stu's right. We need to split up."
He's not saying you're right. He's saying Jaws is right. That's where you got to really. No, but back to what you were saying about the defense. This whole thing with Connaughton. It's not that I don't like the 6 guys that we got. It's we've been rotating 7 guys, and none of ours toast. And now we're going to make the 7th guy Julevi, who's never been able to stay healthy. And it just concerns me because even with Connaughton at 7D, it's like if the playoffs come and a guy gets injured, we know what we're getting. We're getting a solid guy. He's not going to hurt you. He's not going to do anything stupid. Veteran guy. He's been there, done that. And now we got Kiersted, Julevi.
Prisky.
Right. Yeah, right. So we don't know what we're getting.
They obviously feel that one of those guys could step up. I don't think Nudavara is ever going to play for us.
No, well, he's on LTIR, so
I don't even know. He's on LTR. He's on long term.
Yeah, so he can't come back until the playoffs if we did that.
Well, I don't know what's going to be with that. Most likely he'll be in a package.
Right.
He'll be in a package for a trade. But we listen, no matter what players we have on defense, just like, Tampa's defense or the Rangers defense or whoever, goals are going to be scored. I think we have, I really think we have a solid defense.
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
they
yeah.
top 3 in the league? No. But I think,
Top
I
10.
think we have a really good, a good 6.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I really I like the chemistry between Carlson and Montour. And again,
yeah,
it's lefty right, lefty
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I'll agree there. And then the other thing, we've been talking about, because somebody's going to have to sit when Duclair comes back, and Owen Tippett, right? You better start because right now.
Don't
Because
be
right now,
surprised.
no, I'm not going to be surprised because it's going to be Tippett or Lombard because you can't take Mammon out. You can't take Mammon out. And Tippett
Can't take Lomberg. You can't
right.
take Lomberg out either.
No, I can't.
They will.
and
They will. They will.
They
They
will.
will. But they shouldn't.
Right, and that'll be to me. I think what probably should happen when with Duke coming back if everybody's healthy. Of course, now with Barkov's hurt. Bottom line is, if we ever get all of our guys back, there's going to be a decision there to make. There's too many decisions to make between Lombard, Tippett, Marchment, and Mammon. I think you can only ice 2 of them unless you're going to sit Hornquist. I think by the numbers, you can only sit. You certainly have to sit 1, and I think you have to sit 2.
I think Tippett, unfortunately, is heading in that direction of being benched.
And he's you've seen this happen with players before. He has it progresses, right? It'll start off where it's just like he had a few games where he didn't have a lot of luck, and then he starts pressing, and it gets worse, and it gets worse. And I've been saying he's not hurting us defensively, and then he goes and takes the tripping penalty last night in the offensive zone, and he wasn't back on the ice the entire night.
He hasn't scored in 9 games.
Yeah, he hasn't scored, right. And some of that's not taking the shots, and some of that's missing the shots. And then I'm still pissed off about that quick whistle because the puck was right on his stick, and he was getting ready to lift it in the open net, and the freaking ref blew the whistle. And even Randy was, when it happened, he was like, poor Owen Tippett. He was like, man, the dude has been, he's like, if anybody needs a goal right now, it's Owen Tippett, and they had to blow the whistle right then and there. It's just a combination of things, and it happens. But if it was on a different team, or if it was another year with the Panthers, he'd get his time at the 3rd and 4th line. How many games do we give, guys like Jared McCann who weren't scoring, and to games and times to come up and play better? But with this roster, when you're not producing, you're going to sit, And
as you should.
Yeah, no, look, I think he's still got a great future, but in terms of production on the ice right now, I mean, nobody's been a bigger fan than me, but he's about to lose his job. If we ever get fully healthy, if he doesn't pick it up before we get fully healthy, he's going to be a healthy scratch. It's just, unless they're going to put him on the 4th line and sit Lombard, which they might do, but I don't think they should do. Even me.
Lombard, Hornquist, they bring those intangibles.
Right.
In my opinion, Lombard should always be in the lineup.
Yep.
He just brings something.
I agree.
Every shift. I mean, I don't think there's a harder working Panther than that kid.
No.
Lusterinen also is a hard worker. Mammon has definitely stepped up his game. It's almost like, like he went on social media and saw all this, you suck.
Yeah, man. See, Mammon watches the videos, and be like, I'm going to eat.
And
this.
he's like, yeah. I don't suck. I go out there and show you all.
Exactly. He looks like a freaking bear on skates. The dude is just huge, And when we had him for a cup of coffee a couple of years ago, he looked like, hey, this is a guy we might want to watch out for.
I really liked him, and I was like shaking my head when he left, and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, right. And then the first 2 games he came back, it was like a brick on skates. It was just
he's scoring a couple of goals here and there, getting some good assists, that does wonders for your confidence.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. But no, we agree on the Tippett thing. I mean,
I know. Listen, just so you have player favorites, and when they don't listen.
Yeah.
My boy was Nick Bukestad.
Right. Right. Yeah.
The nicest guy. I had, a friendly relationship with him, and
Right.
I just was like heartbroken, but unfortunately,
Yeah.
he got hurt. He had the back surgery. He was never the same again.
No, he's never the same.
Such potential,
Yep. Yep.
big
Yep.
kid. But I'm happy for him. He's home in Minnesota. Not that he's not lighting the world on fire.
Right. But he's getting to play.
But
Yeah.
but I still say our team, and this is, the text I sent you during the first period. This team is built to win the cup.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
We have
Absolutely.
a second line. Okay, Bennett, Huberdeau, and Reinhardt. That's a number one line.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
we pretty much have two number one lines.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and that's pushing it, because if we let's put it this way, we have a guy that is at 3C that could easily be, somebody else's 1C in a year or two, and wouldn't look back, and he's going to be our 3C. So
Verhaeghe, Duclair, and Barkov. I mean, again, if and when we get healthy, and I mean
Right.
really healthy, like everybody is healthy, we're unstoppable. As long as the goaltending is, it doesn't
Adequate.
even have to be off the charts fantastic.
No.
But if we get solid goaltending, and again, the key to us winning games, minimum 4 goals.
Yeah.
Every game we can put up 4 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Yep.
Just like turning the afterburners on. But
Exactly.
we have to get at least 4 goals to win games.
Yep. Yep.
And I guess the stats show when we haven't scored 4 goals,
Yeah.
a lot of them we've lost.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I'd like to see this. I'd like to see the stat of how many wins and losses we have where we scored 4 goals.
Let me look it up. Let me look.
Can you pull that up?
Yeah, I can. Well, yeah. I'll just look at this. I'll look at the schedule, and we haven't played that many games.
So I didn't get my 18th win last night. Bummed me out.
No.
That would have been like.
All right. So you're wanting to know the games that we have lost. What is it you want to know?
Yeah, how many games have we won and lost where we scored 4 goals or more?
Gotcha. Okay, so see, that's preseason. Okay, here we go. We scored 5-1, 5-1, 4-1, 4-1, 4-1, 5-1, 4-1, 3-1, 2 and lost, 5-1, 5-1, 3 and lost, 3 and
Okay,
lost.
I don't
Yep.
think it. I don't think it's more than a couple.
I don't think I'm looking every game that we've scored 4 or more. I'm almost done here. Panthers, Blues. Every game that we have scored 4 or more, we've won every single one. So there you go. Every single one.
There's my point.
Yep, there it is.
There's my point.
Yep. So
So
with that, the Stu is Right show is over. And as soon as you click off, I'll start the Jaws is Right show. That's for Coach. All right, but I will see you. What's today?
we gotta wait till Friday night.
Yeah, we gotta wait till Friday night. So Stu and I will be back Saturday afternoon, early morning, whenever I decide.
Toronto must have won last night. They were up 3-0 when I texted you.
Yeah, because during the game, when they first showed the standings in the Atlantic Division, we were in first place, and then Kyle came up at the third period. It's like Toronto's in first place. I'm like, their game ended. They won. So but I think we're in second place.
Yeah, so that's the one team out of all the teams in the league, only because the fans and
Right.
like the Toronto Misty, that's the team I want to play in the playoffs and destroy.
That would be we wouldn't be able to do that to the second round though, right? The way that they
I don't know.
I don't think we can get it in the first round. I don't think we can get somebody in our own division in the first round. I think. I forget how they set it up because it's
I
been so
think they
screwy
do
the
it where
last 2
you
years.
you play, one plays 4 and 2 plays 3 in the division. Isn't that how it works?
No. It's the top 3 in each division get the automatic,
Oh,
and
top
then
3 and then the wild card.
and then there's 2 wild cards regardless of division. Just it goes by points. So yeah, and I believe at that point, then they reseed 1 through 8, I believe, or with the top 6. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up because it's been a couple of years because the last 2 years have been wonky, you know.
We have to win the division. That's
Yeah,
it. We
yeah,
have to win.
that's it.
We have to have home ice advantage.
We want home
Obviously,
ice advantage, exactly.
it's just,
I want nothing to do. I want nothing to do with a game 7 at Washington, at
Yeah.
New York,
it's a
at
mind blower.
Carolina.
It's a mind blower how dominant we've been at home.
Right.
Like the second half of last year and this year. We never had this type of record at home.
No,
Where-
Burnett still
where
hasn't
he-
won on the road, has he?
What's
Or
that?
has he? Yeah, no, he went on the road. Yeah, right.
What?
Burnett with winning on the when he's won a game on the road, right? Because we were on the road when Q left, and we had the one. Yeah, so he would have at least won that game. But I know it's been a while since we won on the road. We'll put it that way.
Well, listen, we still got a lot of hockey to play.
Yep.
So, we're watching the standings every game and it's fun and whatnot. But at the end of the day, when the regular season is over, we have to be the division winners and
Yep.
control our destiny.
Absolutely, I agree.
So that home ice advantage is gonna be huge this year.
Yep.
Because of the the precedent we set in the first 12 games or whatever it is.
Right.
Oh, what are we, 14-1 at home? Yeah.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, all right, bud.
Later, man.
Yep, later.